Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Monday, September 15th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, tensions mount in Grand Mall beach holders issue. Union calls for engagement as government moves to statutarize health facilities. And the heroic attempts of a St. Patrick's resident ends in tragedy in Tobago. Cox officially named as NNP caretaker for Carriacou constituency. And in regional news, double homicide rocks the St. Lucian community, while internationally, Guyana and Brazil sign historic road transport agreement. Coming up in sports, Tokyo World Championships in full swing, with Grandy James set to run out of lane 4 in semifinals tomorrow. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Tensions continue to mount in Grand Mall as the deadline expires and boulders have not yet been removed as previously agreed. GBN's Christina John kicks off tonight's broadcast with the latest on this growing concern.
The Grand Mall Development Organization, the GMDO, says it's prepared to take matters into its own hands after Sol Grenada Limited failed to meet a 7-day deadline to remove large boulders placed along sections of the Grand Mall beach. The deadline, which expired today, was set by the organization following growing frustration among residents over what they say is restricted access to the popular beach.
As far as we are concerned, today is the 15th and the deadline. And as your presence here shows, there is no visible sign of anything happening positively in terms of the removal of the stone. And based on what we've seen, we are planning our further action. Well, today while we were here, we had a visit with one Mr. Donald. I think he's one. He gave the assurance that the stone will be removed tomorrow. So as we say, we're waiting to see. But
when GBN visited the area earlier today, several GMDO members had gathered at the site, visibly upset over the lack of progress.
Unfortunate that we are here making this public call for the community to come out and protest tomorrow, but we lay all the blame at the feet of Sol, right? They have reached every aspect of the agreement, and so we are left with no choice. As a matter of fact, I would say they're still getting off easy, because by today, at this point, we should have been removing those boulders and just placing them at the entrance of Sol Grenada right there. But that said, we've gotten a word from, I think is the contractor. Is it the contractor, Mr. Dolan? And they have now agreed to move the stone or start the operation by tomorrow, which in effect requires another leg of patience from us, the community, which should not be. It should not be. And worse yet, my argument is that if for some reason you are going to breach the agreement, the proper thing to do, in my view, as a responsible corporation in the community, is communicate.
Another resident, who is also a local contractor, told GBN that he had offered alternative solutions to the company. options that would have allowed the project to proceed without impeding public access to the beach. However, he claims those suggestions were ignored.
My thing is, the wall is there. The wall could remain as a sea defense. Dig inside the wall and put up a new wall. But that was suggested to solve, and what they're claiming is that it's an expensive venture. So they don't want to spend the money, but they want to inconvenience the residents of the neighborhood.
In response, Colin Francis, General Manager of Salt Grenada Limited, acknowledged the growing tensions and confirmed that he had authorized contractors to begin the process of removing the boulders. However, he pointed out that the September 15th deadline was not mutually agreed upon. He said, and I quote, "It was the Grand Mall Development Organization that set the deadline. I told them I couldn't meet to the date because I wasn't sure of the extent of the machinery and the work required to remove the boulders safely," unquote. While Francis did not provide a firm timeline for completion, he assured GBN that equipment is currently being mobilized and that the company intends to follow through with the removal. While members of the Grand Mall community remain on edge, insisting that further delays will not be tolerated, GBN will continue to monitor this developing story. Christina John, GBN News.
Questions about transparency and worker representation are surfacing as plans advance for the statutorization of Grenada's health services. More in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
President of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, says the government's failure to engage the union in discussions on the statutorization of hospital service in Grenada has left them unable to provide information or comments on the matter. During the delivery of the 2025-2026 throne speech last Friday, Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade urged trade unions to actively participate in consultations on the process, noting that it is in the best interest of workers. However, Hazard questioned how the unions could participate when government has not responded to any of their letters seeking clarity on the issue.
The government, unfortunately and regrettably, has not seen fit to include the union on matters relating to the proposed statutorization of the hospital, has not shared information with the union, has not invited the union to meetings. We have written, literally, to all concerned parties regarding this same matter, and we await response. However, the union is pellucidly clear of our rights and our responsibilities as the agent, the bargaining agent for workers of all categories at the General Hospital.
The union leaders stressed that the lack of regularization of staff and the uncertainty surrounding workers' status continue to fuel human resource challenges within the health sector.
So what we can say to the media and to Grenada is that health and hospital services in Grenada is fragile and vulnerable, and continues to be even more fragile and vulnerable through the non-action of government and through the actions of government. Workers are not secure, and so our nurses continue to dribble away. As we speak right now, the union is aware of 3 or 4 persons who are preparing to leave within the next month or 2.
Hazard further reminded government that this is not the first attempt to place Grenada's hospital services under a statutory body, adding that transparency is key as the process unfolds.
There is a little saying that says, those who do not know their history are doomed to repeat it. But it seems as if those who do know their history might be willing to take a chance on repeating it, because the union will stand firm and articulate its rights as it concerns its members, where any change to their employment has to happen. And so the union calls upon the government to be transparent and to do the correct thing, because statutorization It's not a government thing if it's going to happen. It affects and concerns workers, and workers have a union which represents them.
Government has already approved the establishment of a statutorization transition team, which became operational in April 2025. The team is responsible for implementing the Hospital Authority Act under the revised laws of Grenada and overseeing the transition of the General Hospital, Princess Alice Hospital, and Princess Royal Hospital from the Ministry of Health to the newly established Grenada Hospitals Authority within 12 months. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
Brick by brick, Carriacou is rising, stronger, maybe even better, following the passage of Hurricane Beryl last July. More hurricane-resilient homes are being built and families prepare to turn the keys to their new homes.
Carriacou is continuing its recovery efforts more than a year after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Work is underway on an additional set of Build Back Better homes on the island under the government's housing initiative to support families who lost their homes during the storm. Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Diana Isaac, said the new houses are in addition to more than 30 that have already been constructed.
And thus far, we've had 34 Build Back Better homes completed on Carriacou and Petite Martinique. And presently we have 22 Build Back Better homes under construction. And that is happening in the different communities across Carriacou. And those communities include Mount Pleasant, Mount Royal, Top Hill, Wynwood, Dover, Limley, Bialo, Belmont, Harveyville, Leicester. So right across Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs is busy ensuring that persons have secure persons in terms of housing and to make their lives more comfortable as we rebuild Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
The Build Back Better program aims to provide stronger, more resilient homes that can withstand future natural disaster. In the communities of Cherry Hill and Mount Royal, 2 families will be handed the keys to their brand new home on Tuesday, Isaac disclosed.
These Build Back Better homes do not come completely furnished. In some cases, the ministry is given some sort of support, maybe in the form of refrigerators, stoves, etc. But basically, we are building the shell, we're ensuring that it's painted, and the homeowners have to take it forward from there.
When asked about previous challenges with obtaining construction materials for the homes on the island, Isaac had this to say.
All our hardware stores are up and running. Paddy's Enterprises, Hubbard, Richie's Hardware as well, Newell Supplies, and there are some pockets of other small stores like Dollarman. You know that they're doing what they have to do to ensure that we have a constant flow of materials on Carriacou. In terms of Petite Martinique, that is a challenge because we have only one boat that really goes over to Petite Martinique on a weekly basis. So we still have challenges with getting in a bulk of materials to Petite Martinique, but hopefully that should be sorted out very, very soon.
The housing project on Carriacou and Petite Martinique is expected to continue as the island works towards full recovery and greater resilience against future storms. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
And still with the Sister Isles, the new National Party has officially given the nod to Norland Cox, naming him as caretaker for the constituency of Carriacou, Petite Martinique. The announcement was made at a weekend public meeting in Leicester, Carriacou. More in this Janelle Dick report.
Norland Cox is now the official caretaker for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Cox, who became deputy leader of the new National Party in December last year, has been working in the constituency since the NNP lost the general election in 2022.
Do you know, and I think Carriacou know, that Brother Cox, Nolan Cox, has been carrying on the work of leading the NNP team in Carriacou and Petite Martinique over the last 3 years. Yes? Let's clap for him. Let's give him a round of applause. But tonight, in in this meeting right here, we are going to make it official that the Honorable Senator Nolan Cox will become the official caretaker of Carriacou and Pitty-Matnick.
The party has also named 4 other caretakers in constituencies it lost in 2022. They are Nolene Thompson in St. David, which is now represented by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell; Christopher Diali Jr. in St. George's South, now represented by Andy Williams of the NDC; Jelani Glean in St. Patrick West, now represented by Joseph Andel of the NDC; and Amanda Japal George in St. Andrews Southwest, represented by Lennox Andrews, also of the NDC. Since electing Emmeline Pear as political leader in December, the NNP has been recruiting new members and holding talks with people identified as potential caretakers. The party won 6 seats in the 2022 general elections, but now holds just 4 after one MP joined the government side and another became an independent earlier this year. For GBN News, Janelle Dick.
The Investment Migration Agency of Grenada has formally approved and adopted its anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism policy and procedure. The upgraded policy aligns with European Union requirements and other leading international standards. This milestone underscores IMA's Grenada's commitment to preserving the integrity of Grenada's citizenship by investment program and protecting stakeholders from the risks associated with money laundering and terrorist financing. A release from the Migration Agency noted that by embedding rigorous AML-CFT measures, the agency strengthens its compliance framework, aligning with international best practices for transparency, accountability, and good governance. The AML-CFT policy and procedure will take immediate effect and be fully integrated into the agency's operations. Coming up in network news, a St. Patrick man's attempt at a heroic rescue ends in tragedy. Plus, a transformative boost given to one of Grenada's skills training institutions. Stay with us.
Do you have multiple loan payments? Is your debt weighing you down? Ariza has the solution. Simplify your loan with Ariza's Simplify Loan promotion. Now you can combine all your payments into one easy, manageable loan. Enjoy lower interest rates, flexible repayment terms, and more cash in hand for what truly matters. Less stress, more freedom. Live comfortably while reaching your financial goals. Ariza helps you simplify your life because you deserve financial freedom. Apply now. Visit any Ariza branch or WhatsApp us at 423-4987.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, neighbor.
Here's the bill I asked you to pay for me.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need. And we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs.
They burn less energy, right?
Much less. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
And Grenlec is always advising us not to open the fridge too often.
That's right. And my family washes and irons in bulk.
So while Grenada can't control fuel prices, I can conserve energy and save money.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate-resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy-efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Remind yourself what life is all about. Adventure awaits in the all-new Photon Tunneler G7. Expand your lifestyle, your boundaries, your imagination. Find yourself in places where no one else can. Backed by our class-leading warranty and a national dealership network, you now have the confidence to go further. The all-new Photon Tunneler G7. Expand your lifestyle.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansipine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen. Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too. Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses, and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes. Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Live free, with our buds, you can live free.
Spend $50 or more for a chance to win. Free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicle insurance, free Hub TV, free electricity, free Coke, free Dasani, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady Milk, free passes to Sunshine Promotions events for 2025. 2-night stay at Sanders Grenada, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in a slick new GSE GS3 M Zoom.
Shop and you could live free if you want to live free.
This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Redneck, Flow, Salt Petroleum, Grenada General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Carib Brewery, Co-op Bank, Answer Coatings, GSE Motors, Sanders Grenada, and Food Fair. Promotion runs from April 7 to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
Live free, live free.
Second and Palais Lot. Breaking news! 4 For a limited time only, grease your pockets with as much as 10 times your Playway with Multi-X winnings. Imagine betting $10 on Playway and in Multi-X for the same value and winning 10 times your prize. That's $2,400 for the small value of $20. You can't go wrong. Only in September 2025. You can win not 3 times, 5 times, or 7 times, but 10 times your winnings. Be sure to bet more on Playway. Add Multi-X and make it a September to remember. Monday to Saturday, 4 times a day. Available in stores and online. Who here? I go tell the others. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen. Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too. Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses, and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes. Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Welcome back. A tragic boating accident in Tobago claimed the life of Neil Morris, a Grenadian originally from Bathway, St. Patrick. On Sunday, September 14th, Morris was out at sea when a friend fell overboard. In a heroic attempt to save him, Morris jumped into the water but was struck by the boat's propeller, severing one of his legs. He bled to death before medical help could reach him. Morris, who recently retired in the UK, was visiting Tobago to spend time with family and friends when the tragedy occurred. Authorities have launched an investigation into the incident. Family and friends remember him for his bravery and selflessness, mourning the loss of a man who gave his life trying to save another. A $40,000 donation of tools and equipment is set to transform training at the New Life organization, NULO. NULO officials say the contribution made on Monday morning will strengthen its skills programs across 17 departments and promises greater opportunities for hundreds of young trainees. GBN's Christina John reports.
A boost worth $40,000. Brand new tools and equipment were officially handed over to the New Life organization on Monday morning. The donation, secured through Grenada's diaspora in Florida, is being hailed as a lifeline for technical and vocational training. NULO's executive director, Sister Margaret Yamwa, explained why this support is so crucial.
Think about this. If NULO wasn't in existence, what would happen to all of you? And the Prime Minister and his government recognize this. And this is the reason why, when they are seeking support for tertiary education, they don't just focus on TAMCC alone. They think of NULO.
She said the donation covers all 17 skilled areas, from construction and hospitality to renewable energy and early childhood care. Leading the effort in the United States was Leslie McQueen of the NDC Florida chapter. He stated that education remains one of the best investment Grenadians at home and abroad can make.
This tool project should be very significant to NULO, because in our commitment to youth development, you are the first recipients in this initiative. And the items donated are all specific needs of the school. And as Sister Margaret said again, which was carefully selected by her staff. And here I hasten to add that while we were unable to secure the complete list of tools requested, I assure you that the tools that we are presenting here today will withstand more wear and tear and will be able to last for a very, very long time.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, who was instrumental in connecting NULO with international partners, said the institution has changed perceptions and is now a key pillar in Grenada's workforce.
And NULO is a mainstream institution throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Mac. And I dare say, in many aspects of life, particularly employment in Grenada, if there was no NULO, I don't want to imagine what some sectors of Grenada could look like. I could take air condition and refrigeration, for example. The reality is, without NULO, there is no other institution that is producing air condition and tech refrigeration persons for the job market in Grenada.
Officials say the $40,000 worth of equipment will benefit more than 400 trainees every year, equipping them not only with tools but with confidence and opportunities. Christelina John, GBN News.
It wasn't government or big business. Instead, it was just ordinary young men determined to make a difference. In St. Andrew, a group of friends rolled up their sleeves to repair and brighten their community. Another report from Christelina John.
What started as a casual conversation between friends quickly turned into action. Jerry Thomas says it was about recognizing a need and deciding to step up.
It was organized by me, Jerry Thomas, and Javid Ross. Yeah, you know, we just sit down here, you know, and we watch the community, and we realize now, like, you know, we need some brighten up, you know. Yeah, so we don't need like the government to do it, or who, you know, we do our own, we painters, you know, we do everything, you know. So then we organize and we ask the police, you know, we organize with the police and they organize the paint for us, you know, and then we do everything.
With paint brushes and determination, the group got to work after seeking clearance from the police. Thomas explains how far their efforts reached. However, the projects aren't stopping there. Their next target is in the vicinity of the Grand Roy Government School.
We do the Prudential Cross, the homes, the bus stop, you know, and thing, all the sidewalks and thing, we looking things, you know, once we have paint, we do we thing. Yeah, and we're looking forward to next week, please, that again, so we could do more, you know. All by the school, we going by up on the school a bit to fix up the pedestrian cross, you know. We have by the bridge over there to do, you know, so we have other more.
For Police Constable 295 Charles, attached to the Grand Roy Police Station, he found community policing to be a very effective and engaging initiative. He applauded the efforts of the young men in the community, highlighting that the painting of the crossings were necessary.
We always have a good relationship with the community. As we do community patrols in the area, meet people and speak to people. We spoke to them about painting the road, and there was a quick response from them to paint the road, which we was grateful of, because they always want to do something in the community. Well, the people in the Grand Roy area is cooperative. Maybe in and between, you might get like a report, but you see. But the people in the area, in the community, they always willing to help. Sometimes they come to the police and want to find out certain things, or the police, some of the vehicles does intend to drive reckless when they come into this area. So that is why the reason for the humps in the area. Some of them say when the Prudential Cross, when they cross in, when they stand up to cross, vehicles doesn't want to stop. They doesn't want to stop. So that's a problem we had in the area also.
For those young men, it's less about material and more about mindset. Thomas said it's the spirit of giving back that keeps them going. From paint to cement, the effort is fueled not by funds, but by friendship and a shared belief that change begins right at home. Christelina John, GBN News.
Well done, gentlemen. After the break, we'll tell you more about preparations that are underway for the 2025 edition of the Grenlac Debates.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your
Visa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Welcome to Karakou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
The Grand Lake debates are back for 2025. According to organizers, this year the spotlight is on much more than just winning arguments. We get a sneak peek into preparations in this Janelle Dick report.
Preparations for the annual Grand Lake Debates competition began in July with a lively workshop that brought students and coaches together to sharpen their research, presentation, and debating skills. That momentum carried into the orientation session earlier this month, where matchups for the preliminary rounds were also decided. The debates have always been about more than the final score. Behind the scenes, it takes a village, from the teachers and judges to volunteers and families, all helping to shape a platform where young people can grow, learn, and share ideas that matter. Shania Chase, a former Grand Lake debater who now serves as coach, shared at the orientation session held earlier this month.
We had a very informative session with Dr. Kimoy, also a clinical psychologist. We were taught how to deal with our students in a way that they would understand the value of debate, not only to win, but to have a wholesome experience of the entire competition.
This year, the public can follow along starting in October, where highlights of the preliminaries air on GBN television and Grand Lake YouTube channel. For GBN News, Janelle Dick.
As the sister isle of Carriacou continues its recovery, the Grenada Tourism Authority, GTA, is taking steps to strengthen local partnerships. CEO Stasia Liebert held a special stakeholder meeting in Carriacou, bringing together government representatives, tourism operators, and community leaders to discuss strategies for the island's tourism revival. Liebert emphasized the importance of collaboration and sustainable development, highlighting the initiatives aimed at boosting visitor arrivals, improving infrastructure, and supporting local businesses.
What I've pledged is to be able to take our tri-island state to the global stage. I need your help to do that. You know, none of us can go it alone. And so you heard the pledge from our director, Allison, that, you know, the GTA will do everything that is within our mandate to market the tri-island state.
Speaking on behalf of the ministers of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, advisor to the minister, Dwight Logan, expressed the government's commitment to reviving the tourism sector on the island and outlined some of the planned initiatives.
Among the priority initiatives are as follows: restoration and enhancement of historical sites across both islands. These efforts aim to preserve our cultural heritage while creating meaningful educational attraction for both locals and visitors. The Belle Park is high on the agenda. Continued support for all festivals, and I mean all festivals in Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Stay with us with our sports and international news right after the break.
Today, Clark Squirt's bringing the flavor straight to you. Come and experience the spirit of Grenada with our signature samples, smooth sips, and tropical vibes all in one place. Try a taste of the island with us. Cool down, relax, handcrafted just for you. Must be 18 plus to enjoy.
Ladies and gents, it's time for bingo! So on Sunday, October 5th, we all will be heading to the National Cricket Stadium from 5 p.m. for the massive Box the Money $100,000 in cash bingo. 20 adrenaline-pumping bingo games. $100,000 cash in a box. And you decide your winnings. This is pure fun, pure vibes, pure excitement, and pure winnings. Tickets are $60 for one, $100 for two. And remember, free buses available island-wide. No excuses, just excitement. Don't you dare miss this one, because when you draw from the box, your fortune could explode.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
And good evening, sports fans. The third day of the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo was a day of two halves. Favorites in the field added more titles to their tallies, while on the road and track, breakthrough stars had their time to shine. Mondo Duplantis ensured Monday ended on a sensational high as he improved his world pole vault record to 6.30 meters, while the morning began with a historic run by Alphonse Felix Simbu as he became Tanzania's first ever global gold medalist, winning the marathon. Camry Rogers moved to second on the world all-time list to retain her hammer title, while Jordy Beamish ended Sofiane El Bakali's steeplechase streak, and Itaji Kambudi's stormed to a 100-meter hurdles win. Meanwhile, looking ahead, former world #1 quarter-miler Kariani James will run out of lane 4 in heat 3 in the semifinals of the World Championships on Tuesday in Tokyo 2025. This after qualifying from the first round of the Tokyo Championships, stopping the clock in a time of 44.66 seconds. The former champ first won gold in 2011 at the tender age of 18 years. Anderson Peters begins his search for glory on Wednesday, the 17th, with the javelin throw, and strongman decathlete Lyndon Victor and Kelsey Morel Ross, the lone female, are both set for action later in the week. Ross will compete in the female shot put. Still with the World Championships, Jamaica picked up its first medals at the World Championships as Seville and fellow sprinters Kashane Thompson and Tina Clayton all finished on the podium in their events. In an intense 7 minutes at the Japan National Stadium, Jamaican fans at home and those in Tokyo and others all across the world bore witness to the finals of both the women's 100-meter and the men's 100-meter. The highlight of the night was the men's final, as Seville and Thompson raced across the line for a 1-2 finish, with Seville winning in a new personal best of 9.77 seconds and Thompson placing second in 10.82. They finished ahead of dethroned champion Noah Lyles of Team USA, who was third with a score of 10.89 seconds. And And the West Indies senior men's team will embark on high-profile overseas tours to complete a busy year of international cricket for 2025, following a bumper home series against Australia and Pakistan. A historic 3-match T20 bilateral series against Nepal in Sharjah will kick off the 22 international matches scheduled for the rest of the year across all formats. The men in maroon will commence their second fixture of the 2025-2027 ICC World Test Championship, taking on India in Ahmedabad from October the 2nd to the 6th and Delhi from October the 10th to the 14th, and then the team's first test tour in India since 2018. A white ball tour against Bangladesh follows shortly after and will feature 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals from October the 18th to November the 1st. The regional team closes out the year with an all-format tour of New Zealand from November the 5th to December the 22nd, comprising 5 T20 internationals and 3 one-day internationals and 3 test matches. That's what's been happening in the world of sports. Now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Police have initiated an investigation after discovering 2 bodies at a building behind the private cemetery in the Tourney View Fort on Friday morning. The discovery followed reports of gunshots the previous night. More in this report.
Gunfire shattered the quiet of the Latuni community in Vieux-Fort on Thursday evening, leaving 2 men dead and raising the nation's homicide tally. Residents recalled being awakened in the middle of the night by the thunderous sound of rounds piercing the air before the noise came to an abrupt end. As the dark of night gave way to daylight, the aftermath of the disturbance became all too clear. Law enforcement officials discovered the bodies, with one of the victims, 24-year-old Roberto Alice Nelson, in an upright position with a head wound. His mother, Alice Nelson, spoke to the press.
Well, I didn't hear anything. I was asleep, and when I was cooking food for them, my cousin come and she called me and she told me she believed they killed him. So when we get there, I find him inside of the house, sitting down in a corner with biscuits in his hands. He was eating, and I see have a hole in his head.
The second victim, identified as Travis Charles of Blusha Miku, was found lying face down near the entrance of the house. Both men were known to the police. This double homicide marks the 4th killing in the past 7 days, a grim statistic for the country. On Wednesday, 21-year-old Kimani Faswa from Deriso Miku was discovered with gunshot wounds in Active Hill, Leclerc. The previous Tuesday, Josiah Hammond, also known as Coot Ned, was fatally shot in Grozily. These recent deaths bring St. Lucia's homicide toll to 51 for 2025.
Guyana's Ministry of Home Affairs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Brazil and the Embassy of Brazil in Georgetown, hosted a webinar to guide stakeholders on the requirements to operate under the new cross-border transport agreement between the 2 countries. According to officials, stakeholders seeking to transport passengers or cargo along the international route must first register with the Ministry of Home Affairs to be considered licensed transport operators. More in this report.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Home Affairs hosted a webinar in partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Brazil and the Embassy of Brazil in Georgetown in order to provide stakeholders with the necessary guidance on the requirements to operate under the new agreement reached between the 2 neighboring countries. Stakeholders seeking to transport passengers or goods along the international route are required by law to first apply to the Ministry of Home Affairs for registration in order to be considered a transport operator. Applicants will be required to submit the International Road Transport Agreement, IRTA Form 1, Company and Owner Tax Identification Numbers, TIN, Vehicle Registration, Road License, and Certificate of Fitness, International Third-Party Insurance, Company Registration, and details of a legal representative. Applications are then expected to undergo a thorough review by the relevant agencies before the ministry issues an original license, granting a company legal permission to operate in Guyana. Only licensed vehicles will be authorized for the international route. The original license will be valid for 1 year and is not transferable. Companies are expected to apply for complementary licenses from the National Transport Agency within 120 days of receiving the original permission. It should be noted that false or misleading information in applications will result in immediate denial or cancellation of licenses. While the requirements for passenger and cargo transport are largely similar, additional details are required for cargo operators, including service details such as scheduled routes, vehicle specifications, and the type and quantity of goods expected to be transported. One should note that all vehicles must comply with the regulations of both Guyana and Brazil. All carriers are also required to submit advanced customs declarations specifying the cargo. Under the IRTA, movement from Lethem to Bovista return twice daily, while Lethem to Manaus return trip will operate once daily. This is Marvin Cato reporting for AGP Nightly News.
That's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Tensions mount in Grand Mall, beach boulders issue. Union calls for engagement as government moves to statutarize health facilities. The heroic attempts of a St. Patrick's resident ends in tragedy in Tobago. While Cox officially gets the NP nod for Carriacou constituency. In regional news, double homicide rocks the St. Lucian community, while internationally, Guyana and Brazil signs historic road transport agreement. In sports, Tokyo World Championships in full swing with Granny James set to run out of lane 4 in semifinals tomorrow. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Visit our website at www.gbn.gd for more news stories, or you can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GBN News and Radio. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant evening.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters.